is going on? Welcome to episode 107 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, and I don't know, this might kind of turn into an NPC mini. It's been a day. Earlier today, we were going to have a party. Vikki Kitty, who was one of the announcers at the Smash Bros. Invitational, was supposed to be on tonight, as well as Eric. And I got texts from both of them saying, I can't make it tonight. So, Vikki Kitty will be joining me this Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we're doing it a half hour early. She's on the East Coast, and I'm actually I'm a guest on another podcast, and I may be doing like 4 hours of podcasts on Thursday night. So it's gonna be pure pandemonium, but it's exciting. It's exciting. So sorry if you're here or you were expecting, you saw the tweets. You know what? Life just kind of happens. So do forgive me. The music you just heard was from On Being Human. You could check them out on Spotify and YouTube. Remember, this is an unofficial Nintendo podcast. And if you want to get yourself a free book from Audible, you can go to audibletrial.com/NPC. And there you can pick from, so many good books. Books I recommend, Console Wars, which is going to be a little relevant to tonight because of something we're going to be talking about. Ready Player One, which I also saw just I think it released digital today. So if you haven't seen that movie yet, I would recommend checking that out. I enjoyed it. But that's audibletrial.com/NPC. The chair I'm sitting in is from OPC. They make incredible gaming chairs. I love this chair. If you go to n64josh.com/OPSeat, you will automatically save $10 at checkout. All their chairs are $50 off right now. All their tables are $100 off right now. So go check it out, n64josh.com/OPSeat. Let's get to the announcements.
Hey, listen!
All right, we do the show live, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, twitch.tv/N64Josh. I want to say hello to everybody that's hanging out. Kirby Geek, Yickum, Shoebroo, Plumber, Red Rockford. Nope, Rock Redford. There we go. I was dyslexic there for a second. Shell Shock, Super Nintendad, Hyrulean Julian, freaking crud. Anybody else that I missed, thank you guys for being here. Leprechaun, thank you guys. Pudding, you guys are the best. I appreciate you guys being here live. You guys make this a ton of fun. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I took some photos this weekend because I'm actually going to be displaying my photos in an art walk here locally at a local pub. And if you want to check out some of the shots I've done, they're of classic like NES, Super Nintendo, and N64 carts. You can check it out at n64josh.com/photo. If there's any of them that you love, you can order them. And I recommend, if you do get a print, check them out on metal because they look really cool on metal. That's n64josh.com/photo. I'm still working on my book. I have started sending rough drafts to people to start reading them over. So, it's not, I still have a little more to write, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm really pushing to get it done. So soon. We got the Smash Bros. Cast you can listen to on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play, and Stitcher. Gamers and Karts Getting Interviewed is happening every week, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, twitch.tv/N64Josh. And we're going to be recording episode 5 this coming week. There are 4 episodes up. If you want to check them out, you can go to my YouTube, look up the playlist. You will see Gamers and Karts Getting Interviewed. And we've had some really great laughs. It has been super awesome getting to know people in the community. So go check those out. I've even had some comments that were like, this was strangely fun. Keep doing this, So go check those out. I'm really having a good time with them. Saturday morning Splatoons, still going strong on that. I play Splatoon with viewers Saturday mornings. First Look Fridays. Now, we've been calling it Fridays because that's what I'm doing it, but you know what? We're just going to call it First Look because there may be days that I don't do it on Fridays. So First Look still happening, though, Friday mornings, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Fill-a-pix, Crash Bandicoot, N.Sane Trilogy, and possibly a couple other games. I'm waiting to see if I hear back from a couple developers. So we have at least those two we're looking at this Friday. Again, I mentioned it earlier, Vikki Kitty will be joining me this Thursday, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. We'll be doing it live. Okay, let's talk about some reviews and impressions. All right, so this last Friday, for First Look, we did Miles and Kilo, which was it is a indie title that is almost like a speed running platformer. That'd be the best way I would describe it. And I think that's where Miles and Kilo comes from, like they're like miles per hour and kilometers. So I'm not entirely sure on that, but I'm leaning that way. Very fun indie title. I'm not giving it a review yet because there's an embargo until the 5th when the game launches, but I will say I recommend it. If you like platformers and you like, look, there's some levels that you actually could play one-handed because you're only focusing on jumping, but it's still very, very satisfying making sure that you hit those jumps just perfectly. And there's almost like a rhythm to the game, and it's pretty cool. And Kirby is saying, wasn't there a deal with Kid Trip on that if you bought Miles and Kilo? And I think she is correct. I will look into that for Thursday's show to find out for sure. But you may get on the eShop and look up Kid Trip, look up Miles and Kilo, and see there may be some deal going on if you've already purchased Kid Trip, I believe. So, but that's not entirely confirmed. I gotta confirm that. So. We also looked at Donkey Kong Adventure DLC for Mario plus Rabbids. Very cool. Had a good time with that. Minecraft on the Switch. Also a ton of fun. Like I don't play enough Minecraft, but it is a game I do enjoy. So, and Plumber is saying, I think, she's always the one correcting me. Yeah. So she's definitely probably right. The other game I played was Arena of Valor. I was able to get into that beta, and it was my first time playing a MOBA. I enjoyed it. I'm hoping to get a little more hands-on with that game before the beta is up. It may already be up, but I'm hoping to play a little bit more and maybe play. I know Nightcrawler was like, hey, let's play Arena of Valor last night, but we were getting ready for Splatoon practice, so I wasn't able to do that. But if you want to check out all of the videos, go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/N64Josh, and you can see the first look for all of those games. Check them out there. And if you enjoy them, leave a comment or something, that would be awesome. So let's get to the news. Okay, so you guys ready to talk about Amiibo? I know everybody loves Amiibo, especially me. Nintendo confirms Amiibo for past characters in the Smash series. So characters like Ice Climbers, Snake, so on and so forth. Pichu, gonna get an Amiibo. Just the Amiibo everybody has always wanted. So that's gonna be a handful of Amiibo. I have seen rumors, so again, grain of salt, rumors that they are working on re-releasing some, if not all, of the Amiibos. This has only been in Japan that I have seen where this rumor is coming out of. Not confirming it for the States, anything like that. Not even confirming it for Japan. But I did see some kind of rumblings online. So if there's certain ones that you're missing, you may have the opportunity to get them again. That may be something that you it may be from like just the Nintendo store, something like that. I don't have all of the details. Again, it was just a quick blurb I saw while I was looking through different articles. But we do know for sure they have confirmed that the past characters that have not had Amiibos yet will be getting Amiibos. So you got, they already showed off like the Squid Kids and or at least the Inkling Girl. I cannot remember if they mentioned the Inkling Boy. I don't remember off the top of my head, but they showed the Inkling Girl, and they also showed Ridley, which looked pretty cool. So Chad is saying rip Josh's wallet. Yes, I do collect the amiibo. So, which I believe there's a few coming out. I think Pearl and Marina amiibo are coming out on the 13th. So if you're looking for Splatoon amiibo, those will be out on the 13th. But yeah, so Ice Climbers, Snake, Pichu, it'll be cool. Be interesting to see some of these characters get to be amiibo for the first time. All right, Crash Bandicoot is the fastest selling Switch title this year in the UK, and it was 250 copies shy of outselling the Xbox One. So Crash is extremely popular in the UK. I've never even really played these games. We're going to look at it for the first time on Friday. It's down on my mailbox right now. And this was crazy news to me. This was crazy that this Crash sold faster than Mario Tennis Aces. And this is nuts. Kirby, all this stuff. It's the fastest selling Switch title in the UK. Now, why is that? One of the factors is the price point, right? It's $39.99. I'm not sure what that is over there, but it's coming in at a at a good price for a lot of content. You get 3 games, so that's a decent amount of content, and I don't really know what else to say. The fact that it almost outsold the Xbox One, like that's saying something. So I remember Crash. See, I remember the commercials back in the day. I don't forget about Crash and his blowhorn and the security guard having to take him off of Nintendo headquarters property because he's out there, showing off 3D graphics and all this newfangled technology. Like, don't forget. All right. Don't forget. I did write a post about this that includes that video. If you want to see that, I will include a link in the show notes. So you can check out the old commercials from the 90s. They were a ton of fun. But I remember as a kid being totally triggered by them. I was like, who is this guy? Why don't they just send Mario out to stomp his face? That's what I was thinking, but no such luck. Just security. If you are playing Mario Tennis Aces, if you jump into tournament mode just for a single game, you will unlock Koopa Troopa, who is extremely fast. I played a couple matches against him, and wow, very speedy character. Maybe worth taking some time to learn. And we now know that's how that's going to work. Each month, we know I believe there's confirmed 5 characters: Koopa Troopa, Paratroopa, Blooper, Diddy Kong, and Birdo. Okay, so all you have to do is play each. This is what Kirby says right now. Each month, lose a game to get a new character. That's all you got to do. Jump into tournament mode, lose, and you get yourself a new character. So pretty cool that Nintendo is doing that, just giving out free characters. I know there's still a lot of people that are hoping to see some balancing. Maybe we see some characters. Maybe we see characters get nerfed, or maybe we see some characters get buffed. I wouldn't mind seeing that either. Like maybe the flip side of, instead of just nerfing these characters into the ground, like, hey, let's make some of the other characters a little bit better. So maybe the matches become a little more intense instead of a little more dumbed down. I don't know. Could be a terrible idea, but that's just where my head likes to go. If you are playing ARMS this weekend, they're doing a party crash, and the 2 fighters that are going head to head are Min Min and Kid Cobra. So if you are still playing ARMS, or you're thinking about picking it back up and you want to see what one of these party crashes is all about, you can jump in. I believe it starts Friday. I do have a post up on n64josh.com. You can get all of the details, and I will include a link in the notes for that. Okay. Remember earlier this episode when I mentioned Console Wars? Yeah. Well, one of the games that played a part in that book and in the Console Wars was a little controversial game called Night Trap. And Night Trap is being re-released by Limited Run Games starting this Friday. $29.99 gets you the cart. $69.99 gets you the limited edition that looks like you can shove everything into like a VHS tape or something. I don't know. Looks pretty cool. You can check it out. I will have a link to it. This is a very, very interesting game. This is one of the games that's kind of up there with Mortal Kombat. It's one of the reasons we have a rating system. I remember being a small child when this game was being announced and was hitting the market, and it was all over the news. You know, you have women wearing lingerie getting attacked by vampires, and it's all like it looks like you're playing a movie, right? So it definitely got the attention. And Kirby is saying first look Friday game. Well, hey, who knows? I've never actually played it. It's kind of a cool piece of pop culture history. The case looks a lot like the Sega CD case. And so, kind of interesting. I don't think the game like reviewed very well. I don't think there's many people that really cared for the game, but it was just one of those games that was, you know, it was controversial, and it like I said, it was on the news, all kinds of stuff like that. Limited Run Games bringing it back. You can get Night Trap now. The way these things work is when the pre-order goes live, it's going to be a window of time that it's open, and they take all the pre-orders and then they shut it down, and that's it. So if you want to get yourself Night Trap on the Nintendo Switch, head over to Limited Run Games on Friday and you will be able to pick it up. If you're playing Fortnite, Playground mode is live, and it allows you to jump in with 4 friends, and you can play in the playground for up to 1 hour at a time. Right? So there's a timer going on. Once it hits 1 hour, you get kicked out, and you can jump back in and then go for another hour. You get 10 times the material when you're out farming for materials. So, you know, if you destroyed a chair before and you got 7 pieces of wood, you're going to get 70 this time. Friendly fire is on, so you can practice against friends. You also respawn. So kind of a fun mode that allows you to maybe practice building. Maybe you want to get creative with your friends and, you know, build all kinds of structures, things like that. Really, it's up to you. It's up to your imagination. Have some fun in this. I'm excited to see what the community comes up with. Some of the creations that we're going to see from this are going to be crazy. I can't wait to see it. Also, a little more Fortnite news. There was a rocket launch in game, right? And so basically everybody was like, hey, let's just be chill. Let's be peaceful and watch the rocket launch. And the rocket went up. It looks like it cracked the sky. There's these weird like rifts opening up throughout the map. Fortnite kind of has some crazy lore and some crazy things that go on. So if you're interested in that game, if you're hyped about that game right now, and you want to learn a little more about, like, you know, why is there superheroes and why is there detectives and all this stuff, there's lore out there that can be found. So, you know, you got to do a little Googling, but you'll find it. Well, while everybody was being peaceful watching this rocket launch, some knucklehead shot rockets into the steps that everybody had made and was able to get 48 kills and now holds the kill record for that game. And there are a handful of people that aren't too happy about this, but it happened. So, you know, shoot a rocket into the stairs, and while everybody's watching the rocket launch, rack up the kills. You know, rack up the kills. Pretty funny. There's lots of videos. I saw the video where, you know, the stairs start to disintegrate and you just see nothing but bodies falling, and everybody's trying to build so that they don't fall to the ground. Yeah, it didn't help. He racked up 48 kills and now holds the record. So there you go. Nintendo has announced in Japan 3 new 2DS XLs. That's right, 3. We've seen that Europe is getting 2. Okay, what Europe is getting is a new Animal Crossing 2DS. It looks like it's embroidered. It's kind of has some muted colors, and it comes with New Leaf. The other one in Europe is a black and lime green Mario Kart 7 bundle. It looks very much like the original 2DS that released here in the States and everywhere. That was black and turquoise or black and blue. And now in Japan, they are getting a black and red Mario Kart 7 bundle. So kind of cool. We're seeing these different 2DSs with the different trim colors, so yeah, very, very, very interesting. The other one that, again, we talked about Nintendo and Xbox and Minecraft. There is a 2DS XL Minecraft Creeper. And to me, this thing looks very cool. It has some really cool textures. From the looks of it, it looks like it feels pretty cool too. It's just a big creeper head on the backside of the top screen. And so it comes bundled with Minecraft on the 2DS. And if you want to see pictures of all these, I will link to them in the notes. You'll be able to check them out. They all look pretty slick in my opinion. So 3 new 2DS XLs announced for Japan. We haven't heard anything for anything in the States yet. Although this week the Hyrulean Shield came out. 2DS came bundled with Link Between Worlds. My wife and kids got me one for Father's Day. I got it yesterday. I've yet to take it out of the box. I don't know what to do. Part of me wants to, part of me doesn't, but just from the outside of the box and everything, it looks slick. And so now I have that with the Wedge Zelda 2DS that comes with Ocarina. So they'll both look good in the collection, So Kadai is saying, which is super amazing, by the way, very good build quality. So he's happy with it. So that's good to hear. I'm curious if we are going to get like this Animal Crossing Switch or a 2DS. The other thing that was announced that I just remembered for Europe was a white with a lavender trim new 2DS XL that's coming with Tomodachi Life, I believe is the name of that game. So around us, getting a lot of new 2DS XLs. We're not seeing or hearing much in the States, but I'm willing to bet that there's going to be something announced probably in the near future here. They don't seem to be backing down on the handheld market that the 2DS seems to just dominate, and the thing still sells. And we're still seeing games. We talked about games that were announced for it last week. And so, it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. All right. Well, last topic for today before I do have a question that's going to be, we're going to spend a little bit of time with. We're actually going to talk about some Splatoon 2 tips and strategies. And this was from a question from somebody in the community. But before we get to that, Splatfest, Team Squid versus Team Octopus. Who are you going to pick? Team Squid? Team Octopus? If you pick Team Squid, you are going to be playing as a squid, as an inkling, right? Squid Kid. If you pick Team Octopus, you will play as an octopus. Right? Octoling. So pretty cool. Even if you don't have the DLC. So if you haven't completed the DLC, you will still play as an Octoling if you want to. So my gut feeling is that the popular vote is going to swing towards the Team Octopus, because there's going to be a lot of people that want to be able to mess around with the ability to be an Octoling that don't have the opportunity otherwise. So my gut feeling it's going to swing that way. I'm kind of leaning towards Squid myself, but we'll talk about that more in Discord to decide where I end up, just so that we can play games together. You'll be able to pick up your Splatfest tee on July 6th and July 20th. And this is a global Splatfest. So this is everybody. Team Squid, just Team Octopus. Who are you going to choose? Who are you going to choose? All right. Well, hey, let's get into the talking points. Here we go. Okay. Well, the question was asked by Rockin' Redford. Rock Redford. He said, how to efficiently customize, what's the most efficient way to customize gear in Splatoon 2? So basically how to get pure gear. Now, this is something that I'm working on constantly, and I get mocked for all the time because I am constantly broke in Splatoon, and most of the time I avoid playing private matches and things because I want to continue gaining abilities so that I can scrub my gear, earn money, and work towards having the pure gear set. So I just want to define, what is pure gear? It's having all 4 of the matching abilities. So if you have if you have a piece of gear that has, swim speed, and then you have the 3 ability slots filled up with swim speed, that's pure gear. Okay, that's what you're looking for, pure gear. All right, abilities will vary depending on the weapon and game mode that you're playing. So, for instance, I run around with the N-Zap all the time. I like to be fast, right? Because there's a good chance that I'm going to get splatted often and need to get right back into battle. Okay, so I will use run speed and swim speed, and currently I'm running almost 2 full pure pieces of run speed and 1 almost pure swim speed. I believe I have 2 ink resistant spots taking up 2 of those slots because they're not quite pure yet. With different guns, it's going to change. You may have a gun that you're using that burns through ink very fast, so you're going to want to have gear that uses ink saver, right? And if you're curious about what gear to use for what game mode, my friend Ninja Yoshi 13, who is rank X in every in all the ranks in Splatoon 2, him and I sat down, and we have videos on YouTube that go through each game mode, 2 weapons to use, the abilities to use, and how to, and some strategies on taking on each of those modes. So that's been very helpful for me, jumping into the different modes and knowing that, hey, I'm going to use, a lot of times with tower control, I've started using the Clash Blaster. Well, that thing burns through the ink. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is working on pure gear that is the ink saver, so that I can, have more shots before I've got to get back into the ink. All right. So your abilities that you want on your gear will depend on the weapon and the game mode. And so what that means for me is that, I'm going to just focus on, if I have a piece of gear that maybe has something that, ability that I don't really need for the current setup I'm using, but if it's getting close to being pure, I'm going to let that stay the way it is, so that, if I get to a mode or a weapon that's going to need that, I already have it stocked up. So I get made fun of. I don't have the biggest closet. I don't have the most weapons in the game because I wasn't sure how to do this when I first started playing. I didn't know how these abilities worked. I sat with the same gear. I liked the way it looked and wasn't adding any abilities to anything. So the amount of gear, the amount of abilities, that kind of stuff, I'm way behind the curve. But I've since learned, and I'm trying to remedy that. But I do get mocked on the regular for having such a small closet. So There we go. When you are going for a specific ability, you want to make sure that you are wearing a brand of clothing that has a greater chance of obtaining the ability every time it levels up. Okay. Depending on the ability you're going for. So off the top of my head, I believe that the Crack-On brand, if you have a shirt that's Crack-On brand, you have a greater chance of getting swim speed, right? So that may mean that shirt may have like, Super Saver or something. And so that may not be what you're wanting to get, but if you wear that shirt because you're trying to get swim speed, you just keep leveling that shirt up, and then you can scrub it and get those chunks. So it's going to help you in the long run. So you want to learn, and I'll include either a link or a chart in these notes that will show you what brand to wear for which ability you want. Okay. Next thing here, play Salmon Run, right? To earn meal tickets and to help you earn cash and experience faster. You will also you'll have the chance to unlock tickets that have abilities on them as well, right? So if you're going for swim speed, you may open up one of your bonuses that gives you three swim speed abilities. So it's, again, very helpful. So this is something I don't play enough Salmon Run. I need to play it more because you can eat these meal tickets. You earn cash much quicker. You earn experience quicker. And you're going to get, have the ability to scrub that gear because it's not cheap. It is not cheap. All right. So the next thing is participate in Splatfest and rank up to King or Queen. That's how you get the max number of snails, right? Also keep in mind, when you're wearing the Splatfest tee, you can't take it off during Splatfest. It's only 2,000 in-game currency to scrub versus everything else. That's 20,000. Okay, it's 20,000 to scrub just your regular gear. So keep that in mind. It may not be the brand you want, but you can take those snails. This is the next point here. You take the snails and you can actually re-roll the abilities, and then hopefully get something, maybe get 2 of the ability you're looking for, and then you can scrub it for 2,000. Right? It's not always the case. The brand of shirt is not always going to be what you're looking for, but rule of thumb for me is if I'm going for, if I can't get the exact ability I want, I'm going to at least try to get 2 of one that I know I'll use down the road. Right. So use those snails to re-roll. You can also use the snails to add ability slots. So if you have a pair of shoes or a coat that you like, but it only has 1 ability slot, you can use the snails to add more to that. A lot of this stuff is very basic, and I totally get that some of you guys are like, why are you even talking about this? But I have seen a number of questions come up in the Discord, and so I kind of want to just get some of these basic things out because I didn't know this stuff, and because of it, I wasted a lot of time. So this will hopefully help some people level up quicker, get the gear that they want, and hopefully have a little more fun. Okay, be sure to scrub your gear once all the slots are full. Right? Once you fill up, go scrub. When you're playing Splatfest, your shirt is full, go scrub, because every time you play another match, you're leaving experience behind that, could help you, be leveling up towards that next ability. So make sure you're scrubbing or re-rolling to get what you want and then scrub. Or in my case, a lot of times I'll do, because it's so expensive and I don't have a ton of cash, I will just switch to another piece of gear and level that up so I don't have to leave the game and go scrub. You don't have that option during Splatfest. Scrub that tee as often as you can. You will need a total of 60 ability chunks to make a pure set. So let's say you have a hat that has swim speed and you want to have 3 more swim speeds. If you can't get it to unlock by rolling or whatever, any swim speeds, you are going to have to add 60 ability chunks, right? So the way this works, every time you scrub, you get 1 or maybe 2 if you have 2 of them on that outfit or that piece of gear. So this takes some time. This takes some time. You're going to be in this for the long haul. If you don't care that much about having the perfect set, let's say you have glasses that you like, you have a jacket that you like, and you have shoes that you like, and it's run speed, and swim speed. Well, you could put a swim speed on each of them. That would be 10, and then maybe another swim speed that would only be 20. You can mix things up so that you don't have to spend the total number. It doesn't have to be 60 total if you don't care about it being pure. But if you are going for pure, it is going to cost you 60. So the first one's 10, second one's 20, third one is 30. That's where you get the total 60. And it just takes time. It just takes time. So be patient. You'll get there. I promise. Okay. If you fill all 3 slots, this is very basic, but I was getting to the point that I did not realize if I filled up all 3 spots, I thought I had to scrub or re-roll, and that I wouldn't have the opportunity or the ability to add abilities to that piece of gear. Well, it's not the case. If you fill up a piece of gear and it gets 2 of the items and you're just 1 away from being pure, you can still have something in that 3rd slot. It's just when you get the 30 chunks that you need, you can then complete that gear set and make it pure. So it doesn't matter if you fill it up. You don't have to scrub it. You don't have to re-roll it. Just let it be full and add that last ability as your chunks come in. So there you go. I hope that helps. Thank you for the question. I love Splatoon. I just got used to motion controls, and I recommend you guys do the same. Splatoon's a ton of fun. Remember to get that Splatfest tee and participate in this global Splatfest coming up. It's going to be a blast. So that is going to do it for this show, guys. I want to thank you so much for listening. Thank you for tuning in live, and you guys are the best. You guys can follow me on Twitter at N64Josh. You guys can follow Eric on Twitter at Hate0. You can follow this podcast at NPowercast. All right. Show notes are going to be found at n64josh.com/NPC107. Okay. You can email the NPC by emailing npc@n64josh.com. Remember, audibletrial.com/NPC gets you a free book of your choice. The chair I'm sitting in is from OP Seat, n64josh.com/OP Seat. That link will automatically save you $10. I do want to mention too, if you are a content creator, go through that link, n64josh.com/OP Seat. Okay. And you can sign up to be an affiliate. If you create content and you're looking for a sponsor that you can trust and they have a product you believe in, check it out. They may be a good fit for you. Let them know I sent you. I really appreciate that. But yeah, if you're a podcaster, YouTuber, streamer, maybe they're a good fit. So check them out. Go to n64josh.com/OP Seat. Guys, I do have a Patreon where you can get an extra podcast each month by going to patreon.com/N64Josh. Remember to join the Discord. Come hang out. We have great conversation in there. We love talking Nintendo, video games. Today was full of golf and puns. You never really know what you're going to find. Sometimes it gets real in there. Sometimes it's just us hanging out, talking about life. So come on in. It's a safe place to talk. n64josh.com/Discord. Guys, I can't thank you enough for all of the reviews on iTunes. We are so close. We are so close to being a 5-star podcast, and it is it's because of you guys. It is because of you guys. I know we had a few people that gave us bad ratings, but you guys are slowly getting us back up to the that 5-star mark, and I appreciate it. All the kind words, everything you guys have been writing down. Thank you so much for that. It is awesome. And if you have a second, rate and review on iTunes. I would really, really, really appreciate it. Guys, tomorrow, if you're listening to this tomorrow, be safe. It's 4th of July, right? If you're in the States, be safe out there. And we'll see you guys on Thursday with Vikki Kitty. Later.